Tommy, I gotta admit, I'm not a huge fan of triple black cars. Black paint, black wheels, black interior.
This is one slick ride though. This is the new Volvo XC60 Recharge all-wheel drive black edition. A little bit of a mouthful, but this is a fully loaded plug-in hybrid Volvo. And in this video, we're gonna find out, should you go plug-in hybrid or electric? And at the end, we're gonna tell you what?
How much it costs, because it's expensive.
It is. Now this is a pretty interesting ride. So XC60 has been around for a number of years now, but this version, the T8 Recharge, is fairly new, and this Ultimate Black Edition has all the bells and whistles. So let's start out with the powertrain.
Yeah, I'll open it up, including some pretty cool technology that Porsche has now adopted, and that is an electronic turbo.
Pretty cool. So this is a 2-liter super turbo gasoline engine mated to a plug-in hybrid system. And what that means is that you plug in it at home, and overnight you can get about 36 miles of all electric driving range according to the EPA. And then when that 36 miles is depleted, that super turbo engine kicks on and you have a total driving range of over 560 miles.
Which is a lot, Tommy. And the question I'm asking myself is, are hybrids, or in this case PHEVs, plug-in hybrids, the future?
Yeah, because there's a lot of discussion, are full electrics too compromised for the average American? What are some of the challenges with living with a full electric vehicle?
Well, so let me explain the positives, and then I'll tell you the negatives, okay? So the positive with having a plug-in hybrid is that you can actually drive it like a regular vehicle. So you charge it up at home, you drive it to work, and if you run out of battery, you can just keep driving and then go to the gas station.
Yep.
So that's the plus side. So you don't have to do anything different, except for maybe plug it in overnight. The downside is you're carrying around more weight because the battery's heavier, and you're carrying around 2 powertrains, which means you're carrying around an electric motor and a gasoline engine. More complexity, more things that go wrong.
Yeah, more service to note. But one other pro of this setup, Dad, 455 horsepower, over 520 pound-feet of torque.
It's a quick car.
Yeah.
0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds.
Now, if you look at the design, this black edition basically blacks everything out, if that wasn't already clear, and it makes it look pretty sinister. So up front here, we have a full black grille with the black grille surround, and of course, the darked out Volvo logo with some of your ADAS functionality there. Of course, we still have that Thor hammer headlight that's been around for a number of years. These enormous 21-inch wheels on a 255/40 R21 tire, in this case made by Pirelli. And then of course everything down the side has got that black treatment. So black window surrounds, black door handles, and then out back, same thing. The Volvo badge, the XC60 badge, they're all this dark look, which is fantastic. And then T8 Recharge badge down there alongside.
Let's open up the back and see how much room there is.
Yeah, for sure. So this is kind of like BMW X3 sized, right? So
Yeah.
it's a 2-row SUV, but quite a bit of room. And then underneath the little parcel shelf, there you get the included charger. And what I do like about it is you have both level 1 and level 2 adaptability with the setup, which is quite cool. And then, being the Ultimate Recharge, we also have 4-quarter air suspension, which is an option, so you can raise and lower it at the push of a button. Very functional rear end, Dad, and you can also fold down the seats or fold down the ski pass-through.
Now in Europe, in Sweden, right, this would be like a family hauler. Here in America, it might be more of an empty nester because we like our SUVs big. And I'll show you the issue I have with this, and that is the back seat. Now, I'm relatively tall, 6'2", but my legs are hitting, my head is sort of starting to hit, and I just feel like it's a little claustrophobic. Having said that, the leather is scrumptious. I've got heated rear seats, and there certainly is this giant sunroof, which of course takes away some of the headroom. But in general, I mean, this is, like I say, a European-sized family hauler. Here, it would be like for people who are, empty nesters and want to carry around their dogs instead of their kids.
Well, let's hop on in.
All right. And show them some of the cool stuff in the front, because now we've got, you want to jump in? Tell me, why don't you show them? I'll stay out here.
Yeah, so look, Volvo has been using this minimalist design now for a while, and there's a couple of tweaks and changes that are worth noting on this XC60 compared to some of the previous generations. First of all, so 9-inch touchscreen, but it's running a Google operating system. So it's got the full Google suite, the Google Play Store, and Google Maps. So you've got, in my opinion, the best mapping system in the world ready to go there. ready for you to use. You also have Apple CarPlay, which is awesome. Some previous Volvos didn't have that, but you still have Sirius XM. So it's a good combination of kind of modern app-based infotainment and also a more native system. So like compared to a Tesla, which wouldn't have Sirius XM or Apple CarPlay, you do have that, but you also have the great Google system. I know one complaint my dad has is you have to go into the screen for anything climate control related. There are no hard buttons for that, but there are hard buttons for
thank
volume
God
knob.
for the volume knob and for some of the HVAC. So like the front and rear defroster is a hard button.
That's true, yeah. And we also have heated, ventilated, and massaging front seats in this vehicle. Speaking of the seats, I still think Volvo has the best seats in the industry.
Oh, no doubt, Tommy. They're ergonomically perfect.
They're really, really, really good. Just super conforming, very durable, still very good headrest. So really the best, most comfortable seat in the industry.
I still haven't made friends, though, with the way you started, right? It's not a push button. It's a turn, and it's kind of weird.
I think it's pretty easy, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get used to that pretty quick.
I'm not sure I love that. Nor am I sure if I love the kind of the crystal shifter.
Oh, that's so cool.
You think so? I just feel like it belongs in Grandma's house, not in a Volvo.
The Aura 4's sweet and crystal there. Push forward for reverse, back for drive.
And somehow it's become a thing to have crystal shifters. BMW is also doing it, so it's become very prestigious to have a lot of crystal. But to me, it just, like I said, feels a little antiquated.
So some other things worth noting, we do have a full Bowers and Wilkins sound system. Some of the best sounding audios, I think, in the industry. Volvo has done a great job with this interior. It's very minimalist, but all of the touch and non-touch points are super well equipped. I love the little stitching and some of the bright finishes in here. It's just a very well manufactured interior.
Yeah, it feels expensive.
All right, well, let's take this thing for a ride. So, Cole, why don't you hop in the back seat?
We'll swap out. So I'll get it. The front here. Oh yeah, these seats are terrific, Tommy. Oh my, I could take this to California and back, no problem.
Oh, for sure.
I also like the speaker, the way it pops out here. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
If that were
that's cool.
Porsche, that would be a little watch, a little clock.
Mm-hmm.
But here it's a little speaker. Both work actually. They're not a bad place to put something unusual that grabs your attention. So what are you playing with there?
So here we have a couple of different drive modes. So Pure is going to offer our electric driving mode, which is going to prioritize the EV battery before the gasoline engine. Power, well, that's going to kick on that gasoline engine where you're going to get the most possible acceleration. Hybrid is going to kind of balance EV and gasoline driving. There's also an off-road mode and a constant all-wheel drive mode if you want a little bit more traction in the snow. It's going to use more consumption though. And then we can also hold and charge the battery with that gasoline engine if we so want. So kind of a pretty cool thing going on there.
I just felt the air suspension go up when you put it in off-road mode. Let me show them something else. Cole, I'm going to borrow this. Why don't you show them the battery state and the fuel state?
Yep. So you can see right now the vehicle is predicting 43 miles of all-electric range and then 140 miles right now of gasoline range because we're at a pretty low tank capacity. And then, of course, Volvo, known for their safety tech, the full ADAS functionality, depth cruise, blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert.
All right, so what do you think the fuel economy is? And this is kind of funky.
Low 30s, maybe?
Yeah, so 28 mpg or 63 mpge. So if you're running it all electric, then you're going to get really good fuel economy. If you're running in, like I said, hybrid, it's only 28 mpg, which is, the downside to having a plug-in hybrid where you're carrying around extra weight and complexity.
Let's go into Pure mode here. You want to take the camera?
I want to accelerate. Put it into power mode.
Well, let's try we're going to get there. Patience, young grasshopper. Let's see how the all-electric programming is. So, some older plug-in hybrids were very, very slow in the full electric mode.
Well, it'll kick in, the engine will kick in.
Well, hang on. It's not quite as simple as you make it seem.
All right, tell me.
So we're going to accelerate here, still in electric mode.
Yeah.
So you can go full throttle.
Yeah.
That's all in electric mode.
Okay, that was good. That was very, very smooth and
so the gas engine doesn't kick on.
very EV-like.
So not a ton of initial acceleration. And then at the bottom of the pedal is like a kickdown switch.
Ah, I see.
And that's where it'll kick
Can
on.
you stop for a sec?
Yeah.
I want to put it in power mode and now
We're
accelerate.
going to go with the full enchilada.
I'm going to go with the full enchilada.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. You got wheel spin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's much better. I like that.
This car is
I like it.
kind of the ultimate sleeper because it doesn't look that high performance, at least to your typical consumer. And then once you get into the power mode, and it kicks down a couple of cogs on that trans, it really takes off nicely. But I like the pure mode.
Okay, you like just, you know what?
Just putting along in all electric.
And I have to say, for the longest time, cars have had different driving modes, and basically it didn't do much, right? Maybe something along the edges. This actually, between power and hybrid, creates a completely different feel for this car, right? One feels very electric, very chill. The other feels very fast and quick, very performance oriented.
What I like about this vehicle in the pure mode too is if you stick it into the B setting, you got a basically one pedal drive. So let's foot off the accelerator, and you can see the car is regenerating down to close to a stop.
I also like this button. I love the auto hold. Now that I've been driving electric cars, I really hate having my foot on the brake at stoplights. It seems so 1990,
Yeah.
And it's nice to. Oh, it's not great. That's a lot of feel of like the bumps coming in through the cabin into my back.
Well, so it does have four-corner air suspension, which is usually very smooth. The challenge is this ride can get a little jittery because of these, I think, enormous 21-inch wheels. So the damping control of the suspension, I think it's pretty spot on, but you get these initial little hard hits because there's just not a lot of tire absorption from the bumps. So what I would do is try to spec like a smaller wheel. I think that would really solve the problem.
Yeah, but you're not going to get that on the Ultimate Black Edition, Tommy.
Yeah,
You're
that's true. You're going to get the full
wheel with no sidewall, which is going to give you this kind of jittery and harsh ride.
It does handle surprisingly well. It's not an X3M, right, or an AMG GLC, but it does really feel very confident. And what I like about this vehicle is the build quality is super good. So all of the gaps and the panel finishes and the complete lack of creaks at all indicate that this is a really well assembled car with a lot of care taken.
So let's go talk about the competitors, and let's talk about the price. So if you guys have been guessing as to how much it's as tested, I'm going to bring them in Roni. But the basic XC60 starts at about $48,000, Tommy. So if you wanted to get the basic one, no hybrid, no plug-in hybrid, but our Ultimate Recharge Black Edition, want to read it?
Yeah, so basically starts at $69, and then this vehicle's got the power-operated tailgate, which is surprising that's an option, the Climate Pack, which gives you the headlight cleaners, heated steering wheel. It's got the active chassis with air suspension, Bowers & Wilkins, massaging front seats, and the destination
For a grand total of
$76,695.
That seems breathtakingly expensive, Tommy.
Well, I mean, what are you comparing it to? Like if you wanted a Mercedes EQE, which is an electric kind of competitor in this class, you'd be well over $80,000, right? So, I mean, it's a luxury-oriented plug-in hybrid vehicle.
It's small. I mean,
it's premium.
I mean, you're looking at like, you can get an Explorer for that, which is going to have a lot more room.
Yeah, but you
can get like the next size up. If not the next size up for almost $80,000.
No one's cross-shopping a Ford Explorer.
I would be.
With an XC60. Well, that's a very small minority. This is not a Ford level vehicle. This is a Lincoln level vehicle, an Acura level vehicle, BMW, Mercedes. This is a premium vehicle. So I think you have to consider it in a premium price point. And when you do that, it still is a lot of money, don't get me wrong. But I think that the plug-in hybrid system is dialed. I do like the plug-in hybrid thing without having to worry about recharging on the road if you're road tripping. And I think the power and performance is definitely there. So I kind of understand the price.
So okay, let's look at this premium vehicle, right? Right, Model 3, Model Y, performance.
Yeah.
All are cheaper than this.
Can you get massaging seats in Model Y?
I don't know.
No. I mean, this.
I don't know. Can
you? The Model Y is cheaper.
Yeah, performance.
A lot cheaper.
And it's quicker.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
And it's bigger.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel as nice. It just is not a premium product. This feels like an expensive handbag. The Model Y Performance, it just feels like an average runaround backpack. Like it's very good, but it's just not a really nice thing to drive.
Well, like I said, you're going to be carrying around two powertrains, so you're going to have to pay for that. So if you want kind of the best of both worlds, you're going to have to pay for the best of both worlds. For me, it's just, it feels, all cars today feel like $10,000 too expensive. This feels like it's $20,000 too expensive. And I understand Volvo's playing in the premium segment, but still, it's a lot of money for a premium European crossover / SUV.
Well, folks, let us know what you think in the comments section below. And as always, this has been Tommy.
And Roman saying thanks for watching, and head on over to alltfl.com where we've got a lot more news, views, and of course real world reviews. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Ciao.